Hey there, it's Betty from BakerBettie.com with another video for our holiday cookie series. Today I'm sharing with you my ultimate chocolate chip cookies. The holidays are the perfect time to make these cookies because they are not your average chocolate chip cookies. These are over-the-top special chocolate chip cookies, and they do take a bit of time to make, but they are so worth it. Now, as always, the full printable recipe is linked down in the description box. To start, we are going to brown the butter, and you do need to do this at least several hours before baking the cookies because it does need to cool down before we make the dough. So you're going to put 9 tablespoons or 126 grams of unsalted butter in a saucepan over medium heat and let that melt and then start boiling. Stir this frequently until the butter turns a golden brown and smells really nutty. Then pour this into a bowl and set aside until cool and solid. Once your butter has solidified, put it in a large mixing bowl with 3/4 of a cup or 150 grams of dark brown sugar and cream it together on medium-high speed until light and fluffy, about 3 to 4 minutes. Next, add 1 large egg and 1½ teaspoons of pure vanilla extract and mix that in until incorporated. Okay, next up is a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And just go ahead and mix those in. Now for this recipe, we are going to use 2 different kinds of flour. 1 cup or 120 grams of all-purpose flour and 1 cup or 120 grams of oat flour. Oat flour is going to give our cookies a lot of chew and a bit of texture. It also adds some additional nutty flavor. You can easily make your own nut flour at home by putting the oats in a food processor and pulsing it until you get a coarse flour consistency. Once the flours are mixed in, it's going to be a pretty thick dough. Now we're going to add in the good stuff. 1 cup or 140 grams of good quality chocolate chips and 3/4 of a cup or 70 grams of chopped pecans that have been toasted. The pecans are optional, but I highly recommend them. Now for the chocolate, I really love the ghiradelli 60% bittersweet chocolate chips. They stay really melty in your cookies instead of staying hard like some chocolate chips do. But I also really like Guittard brand chocolate chips, or you could chop up a nice chocolate bar. But if you're going to make these cookies, definitely splurge for some good quality chocolate. It really makes them over the top. Scoop large mounds of cookie dough onto parchment-lined baking sheets, and I use this large cookie scoop that's about 3 tablespoons in size. I think large cookies give you the perfect amount of really crispy edges and really thick and chewy centers. That contrast is just perfect. And I also like to top each cookie with a few more chocolate chips and sprinkle with some coarse salt before they go into the oven. Bake 1 sheet pan at a time at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for 8 to 10 minutes. Pull them out of the oven when the cookies are set on the edges and the middles look slightly underbaked. These cookies are rich and decadent with nutty and caramel notes. They are a bit crunchy on the outside and soft and chewy in the middle, and they're the perfect contrast of sweet and salty. These are the cookies that get requested by my family and friends time and time again. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe tutorial, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you have subscribed so you never miss a video. I'll see you all next time with another recipe tutorial.